local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome to another Business Buzz. Today is Thursday, February 24th. It's a beautiful day on the outside, and we want to welcome everyone to the Buzz. And this morning, as you just heard, my name is Anita Khan, and I'll be keeping you company on the Business Buzz this morning. I want to say good morning to our producer, Miss Susan Watson. Susan is in the next studio. Good morning, Susan. We've got away from her. And we want to say good morning to our guests in the studio. Normally, we put the spotlight on businesses on the Business Buzz, but having pets is a business as well. Would you say?
Absolutely.
We'd like to welcome our guests this morning in the studio. We have from the Cayman Islands Humane Society, Ms. Julie Cumber. Julie is a director, and we have Tora Ebanks, Ms. Tora Ebanks, and she is a thrift shop manager. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
I'm excited about animals. I love my pets. I love my cats. I love my dogs, and they love me as well, especially the stray ones. So the Humane Society, Cayman Islands Humane Society, you've been around for 43 years?
50.
Am I right? 50?
Yep.
Okay. Because because on your website it says February 24th.
It needs a little updating, yes. We're working on that.
Okay. So
Sorry.
Today the anniversary, though?
The anniversary from the ad was first put in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was February 24th, 1972, when they put an ad, and it was Dr. Eagle. He was a vet from Illinois who put the ad in, asking for people to come forward that wanted to help alleviate the pain and suffering of the animals in the community, and that's where it started.
Okay.
And then I think it was a few months later that they actually created the Humane Society. I think it took a couple months of starting. And then I think in 1973 was the initial NPO incorporation.
Here you are now.
Yeah. So it's a long time. We've been here a long time.
It's been a while, and you've done a lot. The society has done a lot for pets in the Cayman Islands, cats and dogs in the Cayman Islands.
And it's never ending.
And it's never ending. Oh my gosh, it's never ending. So I know you guys are raring to go, but I just want to say thanks to our sponsors this morning of the Business Buzz, Cayman Insurance Center, Cayman Medical Supplies, and of course TCE Paint. Thank you so much for your proud sponsorship and generous sponsorship of the Business Buzz today. Now, what are some of the main services being offered at the Cayman Islands Humane Society?
Obviously, the unwanted animals and the roaming strays. We take in, as many as we can. Unfortunately, we're quite full a lot of the times where we struggle to get space for them. We will spay and neuter. That's a big thing, and right now it's a really important thing on our agenda because obviously we have way too many animals out in the community. We do medical care for community animals that need help. I know financially sometimes it's a big thing for people, and it's hard, so we help as much as we can. We do microchipping, which is really important. We'll get into that at some point. We do quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, we go into the community and help as much as we can. And
the microchip and the medical assistance, that's free, right? Free of charge?
The microchipping is $50.
Oh, $50,
yep.
Okay.
It's $50, but we can discuss the microchipping, but it's really important because I know we had a small dog that got lost a few months ago and came in from one of the other rescue groups, and nobody knows who it belongs to, and the microchip is really important. And eventually it got back to the owner, and it's when we take in an animal, you have to prove it's yours. We can't just give back an animal. So the big thing was that the animal. The dog got back to its proper owner, which was great, and then the owner came in a few weeks later and got the microchip. So now if that happens again, it's quite easy. You scan the animal and we know who it goes to.
Yep.
So it's very important.
How do you get animals to the shelter? Do people who can't, say, take care of the animals anymore bring them to the shelter, or you have a drop box, or how does that work?
We have a drop box, and it's happened where we've come in the morning and they're there at night. They get dropped off. Someone's found a dog roaming or an injured dog, or someone just can't look after it. You can bring, but we ask that you call because, like I said, right now we're really full. So if we don't have a kennel or a space to put them, it's kind of difficult. We have to maneuver. Sometimes we'll pair dogs and stuff together so that we can free up a kennel when we have situations that we urgently need.
Okay.
Yep.
At the top of your head, do you know how many cats and dogs you have in-house right now? I know you have lots of them.
I do. This is normally numbers that one of our other directors keep track of, but she did give this to me. Since the beginning of the year, we've had 63 intake animals, cats and dogs.
From this year?
Just
already?
in the last, 6 or 7 weeks? Yeah,
Oh, my
63
goodness.
come in.
Wow.
And we don't have that many homes. So cats, we have 56 that are in-house, and we have 101 that are in foster. So 157 cats that need homes. It's a lot.
Wow.
Dogs, we have 72 that are in-house and 97 in foster. Again, like there's more animals than homes, and that's why we're struggling so much. Spay and neuter. I think the spay and neuter is the biggest thing right now that we're going to focus on.
As I was telling you girls earlier, they find me. Strays, they find me. And I'm sure that strays find other folks, to get a meal or just hang around and just make that temporary shelter a permanent home,
Yeah. And you can call us, Anita. We'll come in. And actually, Feline Friends, we work with them with cats. If you give us or them a call, they'll trap or we'll trap, and then we'll fix the cat.
No, they're fine now.
Oh, they're all fixed. Okay,
They found,
perfect.
they're fine. Oh, you mean? Oh, I don't know, because I don't.
Yeah,
get-
they have to be spayed and neutered. So if you want help there, you just let us know, and that's what we do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And you'll come and pick them up?
We'll come pick them
I
up.
don't think you'll catch them because
They'll catch them sometimes.
They're
Yeah,
scared.
they're pretty good.
I mean, they run away.
They will, but they set a proper trap. It's a proper trap that captures them, and then we spay and neuter them, release them right back out. So if you're feeding them right there by you, then that's
Oh, I'm feeding them, but they're staying on my porch as well.
That's fine.
So they found a home, really. So I don't think they'll trust me after that.
Well, we won't let you do it. They won't know it's you.
Okay. No, just to let other people know, if that's happening as well.
It does, because it stops the overpopulation, right? So
Okay,
if you have
right.
4 or 5 cats that aren't fixed, you can imagine they have 6, 7, 8 per litter.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you want to be feeding 30 or 40 cats. So
No, not at all. Not at all.
So it's very important.
Not at all. No, what about a process to adopt a cat or dog through the Cayman Islands Humane Society?
So the adoption is it's a form. You can come into the shelter and pick it up, or I think it's on our website. I think it's www.caymanislandshumanesociety.com. We also have a Facebook page, and that's a little more active. As you saw, the website needs a little updating, but the Facebook page is quite active. You just come in and fill out a form. You can come and meet the dogs or cats, see which one you sort of, gel with or whatever, and then they will go through the system. We put the forms through the system, and one of our adopter directors will come out, and we have actually volunteers that do that for us too. So they'll come out and do a home visit. So what we do...
Oh, you do a home visit?
We do home visits, yeah.
Oh,
very
okay.
important, because
Yeah.
we have to make sure the animal's going into the right environment for them. Because
Okay.
they all, some need to be fenced in yard. They need energy to burn. Some can handle an apartment. Cats, if they have other animals in the house, we have to make sure they get along. There's a lot of different things that we look for to make sure that they go into the right home.
That's
that
nice.
matches them,
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, fence. If you don't have a fence yard, possibility that dog or cat will, end up being on the street, and I got you. I got you. So that's
And it just, some dogs are fine in an apartment, but it depends on the animal, and it depends on, so
And I
it's
guess-
important that we match that.
And I guess by having them in the shelter already, you sort of know what they'll need. Is that correct?
We do. We have some great animal carers right now, so they've been working well with all the animals and getting to work and train with them and teaching them and learning them and what their needs are, the different animals. When we do the home checks too, there's just different things, Some of them don't need to be, I don't know, they don't need to be in, like I said, the big yards.
Okay.
So,
Just a smaller space will work for them.
yeah, they can go just as long as they get walked. Yeah.
They'll be happy. Now, if someone is thinking about adopting a cat or a dog, what are some important points to bear in mind pertaining to being a responsible pet owner?
Well, as a pet owner who is adopted from the Cayman Islands Humane Society, I can tell you that whether you're getting an animal for the first time or maybe you're adding to your family with a second or a third pet, you really need to keep in mind what your schedule looks like. It's a big change, but the changes are totally worth it. So you need to consider, can you come home on time to feed your animals? Because consistency and routine are paramount. A lot of animals that have concerns and issues that humans kind of go, well, why is my animal doing this? It's because there's not a routine or there's not consistency in place. So if you want a successful partnership where you have an animal in your home, knowing your routine is super important. Also thinking about your lifestyle and your long-term plans. Are you prepared that if you need to relocate, are you prepared to take your new family member with you? If you are struggling or having some form of hardship, what kind of resources and support network? Because it's you're adding to your family in a sense. So not everyone has everything that they need right away. And that's the great thing about the Humane Society, that when they come into your home and they do these home checks, they talk to you and they share information and resources and tools, because we want it to be successful. We want to make sure that when that animal is adopted into your home, that you are happy and that you have all of the tools and the resources that you need to make sure that your animal is spayed and neutered, is microchipped, and has the best life that it can possibly have. We don't like coming in and saying that the shelter is full. So when you're thinking about adopting an animal, the expenses, the dog food, the vet maintenance, because they need to get dewormers, they need to get vaccines. All of these things help keep these animals healthy. And these are things to seriously kind of sit down and think about. A lot of people may have children, and those children may want to have a puppy or a kitten. And it's very, very cute, but those animals also need to be trained as well. So when you bring the animal into your home, especially from a shelter, their personalities don't always flower right away. So you need to give that animal time to adjust and get to know its surroundings. And also during that time, training is super paramount, because those first 3 to 4 months of having an animal in your home will be all the difference in the world if you've got the right resources and tools.
How about if sometimes you have children who have allergies, to pets, allergic reactions? Do you, on the home visit, do you look at that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've had situations where a cat or a dog has gone into a home, and then the family has found out that somebody has been allergic, and we take them back. Obviously, we take them back and try and rehome them again.
That's heartbreaking for the kids, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, if someone's really suffering,
Yeah.
And I think it might be, don't quote me on this, but it might be in our adoption form that if you do have a scenario, like Anantara saying, if you do leave and for some reason, and that's why with pit mixes, some people won't adopt if they know they're going to go back eventually, if they're not allowed in their country. Okay. So you have to be wary of those things, too. If you're going to leave, are you going back to somewhere where it'll allow the pet that you're bringing with you? That's important to think about. But yeah,
because we have quite a transient population. People on work permits, expats come in, adopt, and then enjoy the animals, and then they have to leave for some reason or another. And in that case, they're not able to take the pets, and of course they will bring it to the shelter, right, to the Humane Society.
Yes,
and of course
obviously
adds to the burden.
And we'll do everything we can to get it home. Or sometimes we just try and find them a home before it gets to that point, if they let us know about it.
Before we take a break, the thing about Cayman Islands Humane Society for me, the names of the pets. Who does the naming?
I know I've had to change a few. We kind of go through the alphabet too, and especially we unfortunately have over 60 puppies that have just come in the last few weeks, back to the spay and neuter, but over 60, which is a lot. And we name them by letter, and they go alphabetically. So if you have 6 puppies, and let's say we pick the letter N, they'll all be named with an N. And I mean, if you can imagine, we've been here 50 years and how many names we've gone through.
Because I was looking at the website, you've got Fro-Fro, Deed, Dozer, Brack Noel, Boris, Chevy, Mary, Moo, Moonshine, and Drizzle. But I like Gustina. And she's a senior dog.
Gustina.
And she's up for adoption, in case you're listening. She's really cute.
Yep.
Look kind of, like wired. I'm not sure what kind of dog she is.
Yeah, quite fluffy too, right?
Yeah. but really nice. But she's an older dog. But anyway, these are, I just have to tell you, I love the names. And on that note, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion with our guest from the Cayman Islands Humane Society. In the studio we have this morning Ms. Julie Cumber. Julie's the director of the society, and Tara Ebanks, she's the thrift shop manager. Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Take your brush and gently dip it. Be careful not to drip it. Wet paint. Wet paint. Wet paint. Wet your roller, then you roll it. Calmly, coolly, you control it. Wet paint.
Sherwin-Williams Insulating Acrylic Paint, featuring zero VOC. Interior paint improves your home air quality. Exterior paint to reduce up to 85% solar and UV radiation. Fresh home, breathe better. Save more with TCE Paint Shop. Sherwin-Williams at TCE Paint Shop at Cox Lumber locations and the original store at 27 Godfrey Nixon Way, 943-0565.
Gently dip it. Be careful not to drip it. Wet paint. Wet paint. Wet paint.
The wait is finally over. Logic Internet is now available in the Eastern Districts. You spoke, we listened, and now your internet can get off island time. Get online. Start streaming. Start gaming. Because Logic Internet is here. Logic's wireless broadband internet is simple to switch and easy to install, so you can enjoy fast, reliable internet in no time. This service is only available in parts of North Side and East End. Check logic.ky for more information and sign up today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning to our listeners this morning on the Business Buzz this morning. Our YouTube viewers, good morning to you. If you're on the roadways, please drive carefully. I saw some crazy driving, and as I was driving into work this morning, some crazy road users. Oh my gosh, it's a short distance. It's a short distance to Georgetown. Road users, drivers, come on. I don't know. I'm glad I leave home early in the morning because I don't want to see that every day. I'll be confused for the rest of the day. Confused as it is right now. Or if you're just joining us, we're speaking to Miss Julie Cumber. She is the director of the Cayman Islands Humane Society. And we also have in the studio Miss Tara Ebanks. Tara is the thrift shop manager. Good morning again, ladies.
Good morning.
And I love talking about cats and dogs. I can do this all day.
Me too.
Oh, she does.
I do this all day.
She does do this all day.
Ask my boyfriend. I do this constantly.
No, let's go back a little bit to the Cayman Islands Humane Society having the resources to what you ship. You help to ship animals out for some of your clients.
We do, and you know, sometimes someone will come down, and we do get people that are here short term or visiting, and they fall in love with a cat or dog. And I know we've done some to the UK, which is a long flight, but we arrange all the paperwork. We help you get everything done, and then you can bring the animal with you. And I know currently we have 2 cats. We're always sending them to Miami right now too, because like I said, we don't have enough homes, and they're getting adopted quite quickly up there. We have 2 cats that need to go up in March, and so just while everybody's listening, if anybody's on a WestJet flight on March 6th, we do have a cat that needs to go up to Canada that has a home up there and has special needs. So,
oh, lucky dude.
So we do this quite often.
We actually, not that long ago, I was fostering a puppy, and a friend of mine was visiting from the UK. She was doing like a whole summer vacation with her kids, taking them to Disney World, stopped into Cayman, fell in love with this puppy I was fostering, and she finished her vacation, and then we were able to transport the puppy over to the UK, where it has an amazing life, and the owner stays in touch with me all the time to send me pictures. And it's those kind of success stories which help to keep us going when we see the difference and the joy that it brings to people's lives when they are having animals in their lives and they're happy and they have new life experiences. Pet ownership really brings out, I think, the very best in people. You meet new people, you make new friends, you do things you probably wouldn't do, you get more exercise. There's just so many opportunities behind owning a cat or a dog.
Yeah, I can't walk the cat, but I can certainly walk the dog.
Some people do walk their cats, so.
Sometimes if I'm leaving to go for a walk, my cat will follow me.
There you go.
I'm scared the dogs will chase after her, so I'm like, shush, shush.
And the mental therapy from having an animal is amazing. I know if you just have to look on the internet and you see how much it does. It does a lot. You know, you have your therapy animals, but you also just your own animal.
And it's funny because especially dogs, they become such a part of your family. You know, they're just there in your face. You can't say, well, you know, hey, especially if they live in your home. But some people don't tolerate dogs or animals inside. You know,
which is unfortunate. Yeah. I understand sometimes it's, you know.
And that's okay. I think the important thing is there's 5 freedoms, and every animal has the right to be able to have access to clean food and water and shelter and medical care, and the freedom to be able to move around. So while growing up in Cayman, a lot of people have their dogs living outside. Everybody will have a different perspective on what they're able to do and the resources they have. What's important to remember is those 5 freedoms, is making sure that that animal has those basic needs met. And, you know, ideally it's wonderful when your animal can live inside with you because they're also your protectors. They can be your best friends. There's so many different funny things that my dog does living inside my apartment that keep me in stitches on a daily basis. And I do make sure my dog has plenty of outside time. We walk on the beach. We get plenty of exercise. But for people who maybe don't have that option, making sure they have the 5 freedoms, the clean water, the clean food, access to medical care when it's necessary, making sure that they can freely move around. Those type of things are so, so important.
And they need you know, interaction with humans. They really do. And I think that's a big thing. I'd like people to start to really look at their animal and know that animal needs your attention. It's like a human. It strives on all the emotions.
Well, the stray cat, my grandkids started to feed her, and then she started coming every day, you know, and I didn't pay her any mind because I'm like, I don't want to get attached to a cat. I'm not getting attached to you, you know.
Famous last words?
Yeah.
I know that's what I said about the puppies I'm fostering. I'm not getting attached.
And the puppy I'm fostering, too.
And then eventually...
You're adopting that puppy.
Possibly.
Eventually, I was left with a cat, you know, and she didn't have a name. And I didn't know what I called her, kitty cat, whatever. So one day I said, come here. And she came. So I'm like, okay. So I dropped a name to Come Here. So I'm like, come here.
Oh, you call her Come Here. See? And you're wondering where we get our names.
That's why I asked you, because I'm like, how do people name their animals, you know?
But that's the amazing thing, though, is that the more you interact with your animal, the more connected you become. You know, you went from having a stray animal that you weren't going to get attached to, you weren't going to fall in love with, but the more energy and attention that you spent positively giving to it and making sure it had access to those 5 freedoms, the more of a relationship you were building. And now your cat has a name.
Now she's sleeping on the inside porch.
See?
So at 9 o'clock, she's out there ready to come inside.
Yeah,
you know, like clockwork. So February is National Spay and Neuter Month. Now we're almost down to the end of February. Let's talk about the importance of spaying and neutering your cats and your dogs.
Very, very important. As we said, I mean, what is there, 70,000 people on the island right now? And you think how many actual homes, families come out of that, and then how many actually are allowed to have animals. And we have during the course of the years, we have way more than that. So there's just not enough homes here. It's funny, when we were reading, Tara and I were going through some of the old information on the Humane Society, and there's some interesting stories in there. And I know everybody's familiar, most people that know the Humane Society are familiar with Ardith Smith. And she was one of the first ones who got involved in starting up the Humane Society. And she was a huge animal advocate, big dog and cat lover. And she had dogs, and she had, I think, Brillo, which unfortunately someone had poured acid on. She took Brillo in, and then she took 3 dogs, which were 3 brothers that she found in the bushes. Oh. And she had them. I think she had found homes for some. But the thing about this is this happened 50 years ago. And, I mean, even though we're moving ahead in some things, we're still sort of, after 50 years, struggling with the amount of animals on the island. And the biggest problem is the spay and neuter. And just over the last couple of weeks, some of our staff have been just out in the bushes looking. There was 3 sisters now. So we had 3 brothers 50 years ago. Now we have 3 sisters who've all had litters. And this is where part of our 50 puppies have come from. Well, I think we had 24 or 25 from those 3 24. Litters. Wow. So, we've managed to catch all of the puppies. We think we have them all, and 2 of the mums. So now they will get spayed, and that'll be the end of those. We're still trying to catch the 3rd one, I believe, still. But it's just, if you don't spay and neuter your animal and you let them roam, they have 6, 7, 8 animals. They all then have 6, 7, 8 animals. I mean, you can do the math. It doesn't add up here. It's not going to work. It's so important. And the spay and neutering is important for other reasons too. It stops unwanted behavior in animals. I know some people say, "Oh, my dog's peeing everywhere," and you don't want to let your dog in the house because it's peeing. Well, it's peeing because you haven't neutered it or spayed it, and it's also hasn't been trained. That's part of it. Cats, I know I've heard screeching at night. And apparently, I'm not a cat. I don't know cats well like I know dogs, but apparently that's part of the behavior, the howling and stuff, and the fighting. They're not fixed, that kind of thing.
That's it.
That's what I've been told. That's part
Never
of it.
knew that.
No? I mean, they're territorial too, right? But roaming, obviously, if you have a male dog that's not been neutered, he's going to roam looking for a female, and and aggression, the fighting, that all comes from that. I mean, and there's cancers too. If you don't spay and neuter, there's certain cancers that can come out, which, and I mean, the dog I have is 4 years now, and he's been, neutered since a young, and he's the calmest thing. And some people say my dog's so hyper and all over, that is, I'm not saying every dog is going to be calm after you get neutered, but it does calm them down a bit. So.
I lost my dog. I had a Bisha, and she died. But it's still...
What was it, a Bichon?
A Bichon.
Oh, Bichon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have lots, Anita.
You do?
We have lots of dogs. No, not Bichons.
I know.
No, but we have lots of dogs.
I know, right? No, it was given to me. It was a gift. So,
okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would have gotten one from the shelter.
Yeah.
I just love your dogs over there. Now, what sort of other health issues or health issues can affect the dogs and cats primarily on the island?
Well, heartworms is a big one for the dogs, which I've never heard of until I moved here. We don't, I had dogs in Canada, and we never gave heartworm medication, which is unfortunate here. If we could just eradicate and get rid of all the heartworms, it would be amazing, because so many dogs come in with them. And we know it's an expensive, Heart Guard is quite expensive, especially for a family who, is just struggling to actually look after the dog fully. So it's a hard thing to try and control here. But heartworms is a big one for the dogs. Mange, and if you're out there and you're not sure, and a lot of people just don't know about this stuff. So it's just the knowledge of getting it out to the community. Mange, you'll know mange because it's like their skin, their fur is disappearing, and they're looking, that's...
mangy, you say.
Yeah, people say the dog looks mangy. There you go. That's where it came from, right? So the mange is a big one we get. And this is all curable stuff, right? Heartworms is curable for the most part. It's sometimes a little bit of a harsh, depending how far along they are with heartworms, it's a bit of a harsh treatment. But and we see emaciated dogs too, unfortunately, just very, very malnutritioned out there. And then fleas and ticks, obviously. It's really important to give your dog the flea and tick treatment every month, because it's not just you can imagine if you had a ton of little bugs biting you all day long, it's pretty horrendous for them. Yeah. And it causes diseases too. So
mosquitoes in the evening. Oh my gosh.
And then the cats, I know there's cat leukemia, cat AIDS, feline AIDS, cat flu, and then the upper respiratory, which we get sometimes in the shelter. We have to separate everybody, and nobody's allowed in the cat rooms when that happens. But So it's out there in the...
Knowing that we have all these diseases out here, what are some signs that pet owners should look for if they suspect that cat or dog may be having a health issue? I mean, apart from seeing the mange, what are the signs?
With the breathing, with cats, it would be the upper respiratory, would be the breathing too. We have a cat now that's been on a little ventilator thing or something. You can hear the poor thing breathing. And then dogs too, with heartworms, they will breathe heavily.
You can also, some of the things that you can do is also do the preventative maintenance, which is the point of having, the heart guard and the tick and flea preventative, is you can, all of these illnesses and diseases, a lot of them are highly preventable. All that's needed is to invest in the tools and the resources like the heart guard, taking your animal to the vet once a year for a maintenance check. If you are taking your dog around other dogs, making sure that they have access to the appropriate medicines so that if they do become exposed, they have a stronger immune system and they have the capacity to recover quickly or not get it at all. So when something as simple as a heartworm pill, it can actually be as little as $5, and obviously, and for one pill. And when you give that, you avoid your dog becoming anemic. And if your dog becomes anemic, then it might need a blood transfusion, and it could possibly perish. So really looking at the preventative and the ongoing maintenance of an animal, that's super important because you can avoid all that pain. You've said you lost an animal, and I'm so sorry to hear that. One of the things I've seen over and over in Cayman, and I've heard from family and friends in my own community, is that they lost an animal because it got run over by a car. You need to keep control of your animal. You need to keep your dog or your animal leashed and on your property. If it gets heartworm, these things are preventable. Like, we don't have to have these animals in pain. So this is what the Humane Society is really all about, is giving the resources and the information so that we can have healthy and happy animals in the homes.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue our discussion.
Take your brush and gently dip it. Be careful not to drip it. Wet paint. Wet paint. Wet paint. Wet your roller, then you roll it. Calmly, coolly, you control it. Wet paint.
Sherwin-Williams insulating acrylic paint featuring zero VOC. Interior paint improves your home air quality. Exterior paint to reduce up to 85% solar and UV radiation. Fresh home, breathe better. Save more with TCE Paint Shop. Sherwin-Williams at TCE Paint Shop at Cox Lumber locations and the original store at 27 Godfrey Nixon Way, 943-0565.
Gently dip it. Be careful not to drip it. Wet paint. Wet paint. Wet paint.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
This Uncle and Cousin Maybe. We come tell you little thing what happening on Friday, February 25. Miss Viola Brown, she turning 100 on Friday. And since we can't be together to celebrate this special day, everybody is invited to celebrate in a different kind of way. Hold it in balloons and drive by her home on 64 Parsons Circle off South Church Street between 3 and 6 p.m. and show your love and support.
Yes, drive by her, babe, and let Miss Viola know that she is loved as she celebrates her 100th birthday.
Happy, blessed 100th birthday, Miss Viola Brown.
The 2022 Cayman Arts Festival is pleased to showcase their newest feature with the K Forte String Quartet featuring Sarah Newman, Harriet Henley, Joan Tamayo and Antonio Sanchez, performing Baroque-era pieces by Handel, Bach, Corelli, Vivaldi, Telemann and Purcell. Fall in love with the passionate quartets of the violins, a viola and cello. Thursday, February 24th, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the National Gallery of the Cayman Islands. Tickets are US $40 for adults and $10 for students. For more information or to purchase tickets, please contact enquiries at caymanartsfestival.com or call 922-5550. The K Forte String Quartet, Thursday, February 24th, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the National Gallery of the Cayman Islands.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. This is our last leg of the buzz. And before we continue, I want to say good morning and happy birthday to our own Silver Fox, celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Silver Fox. He's hoping you'll have a good one. And I think he's on the RC Fusion today. In the meantime, we're speaking with Julie Cumber. She's the director of the Cayman Islands Humane Society, and Tara Ebanks. She is a thrift shop manager. We're talking about our animals in the Cayman Islands that are brought to the Humane Society, and these folks have the tender heart. I see people who take care of pets, as in your case, you've got to have it's a special gift. Mm-hmm. Not everybody can do this. Now, if someone is, if you suspect that someone is ill-treating an animal, whether it's neglected or abused, what should they do?
The very first thing that someone should do if they see animal abuse or neglect is to report it. Mm-hmm. The DOA, Department of Agriculture, they have two welfare animal officers. You can report that to them, and they will take the next steps. In the event that the DOA is unavailable to reach at that time, you can also reach out to the Royal Cayman Islands Police, and you can make a report through them, and they can follow up as well. It's important to maintain respect for your neighbors and your community, but if you do witness it and you can safely and legally document it or write down your concerns, that's also helpful. A lot of times, all that's needed is a simple conversation to educate an animal owner, because sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. And then sometimes the animal abuse or neglect can be intentional, and therefore the authorities need to take those next steps.
Can you call the Humane Society as well?
In the past, I know a lot of people in the community would contact the Humane Society. Unfortunately, we don't have the legal rights to address those issues, and that's why the government agencies of Department of Agriculture and the RCIPS, they have that ability and that remit to respond to those things. Okay. We can certainly give guidance and give suggestions, but really if you want to see action be taken and the animal to not be abused and not be neglected, that's really the right thing to do.
So let's talk of the book loft. You have the book loft upstairs, the society, correct? The building. That's in the upstairs?
The book loft, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
That's
why you call it a loft? Because it's upstairs?
The book loft. I guess so, yes. I guess. And we've just changed hours, so now we're now 11 to 4, Tuesday to Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. Monday is sorting, because I'm not sure if you ever drive by and see how many books get dropped off. It's quite a bit, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of, if you've never been up there, it's worth it.
I've never been to the loft, no.
Oh, you have to.
No.
It's so many books. It's overwhelming.
Right.
It's a lot.
Okay,
but it's interesting, because if you want something, I'm sure it's there.
So, Tara, you're the thrift shop manager.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when it's called the Closet Thrift Shop?
Yeah, actually, it's called the Closet Thrift Shop, but we just usually refer to it as the Cayman Islands Humane Society Thrift Shop. And the reason for that, generally these days, is because a lot of people come into our store and they may not know, with all the thrift shops that are popping up, that we're a nonprofit. So that's really a huge part of the fundraising for the shelter. So we always want to create that connection between our shop and what our purpose is, which is to support the Humane Society.
So I can bring the stuff that I don't want, good stuff, bring it to you, and you turn this into cash for the animals.
Absolutely. So if donors are interested in giving their unused items that are, or they're gently used, if they're in new to good condition, if they're clean, if they're not broken, torn, damaged, or ripped, we would love to receive them. And donors have two options. If they would like to meet the thrift shop team, we'd love to have them come on Mondays and Fridays between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. for donations. Even though the store is closed, our team still is there working, and we receive donations, we secure them, we process them, and it gives us quiet time to focus on the donors in the community to really make those connections. And then if you have donated items, we then price them. We put them on the floor. Sometimes we get so many donations, we're not able to price everything, but we will give you a price at the counter if you're a thrift shopper.
Okay. Any specific drop-off times?
Yeah. So option number one is if you want to meet the thrift shop team, there's the thrift shop. But if Mondays and Fridays isn't convenient for you, that's okay. We have a donation box at the Humane Society shelter just outside, and it's a huge box. So if Monday and Friday isn't convenient to you, you can just pop by the shelter, and then we'll put it in the donation box there.
And what's your location again?
So the thrift shop is located in Plaza Venetia. It's in Georgetown. A lot of people are very familiar with where China Village is. So a lot of times when giving the instructions, I say, do you know where China Village is? And they say, yes, we do. I said, that's the plaza you go into.
Okay. And if I have cash to bring for you, I want to donate, how do I do that?
If you have a cash donation, we always ask if it's possible to go directly to the Humane Society. But we have some wonderful thrift shoppers, and they usually donate a few extra dollars on top of their spend for their items. And we put that in as a sale, and that money goes directly to the Cayman Islands Humane Society.
Okay. If someone wants to volunteer, how does that work? But it's to foster a pet, offer advice, sponsoring a cat or a dog, and of course making that cash donation.
Exactly, yeah. Just went quickly on the thrift shop. We do take furniture too if it's in really good condition. We don't have the space for it, but we partner with Cayman Consignment. So if anybody has anything, they can just call Tara or the thrift or the Humane Society, and we'll either pick it up or if you could drop it, and we'll organize with them. Sure. On the volunteers, obviously, yes, volunteers are very, very needed. Dog walkers, which we have quite a few of, especially on the weekends. I know there's people out there that work night shifts, maybe restaurant staff and that, or just different night security, whatever. So we don't have a lot of dog walkers during the week. So unfortunately, a lot of the dogs don't get walked very much during the week. It's mostly on weekends. So dog walking during the week would be great. We need fosters, like you heard how many animals we have. Fosters are always needed, always, for cats and dogs. Volunteering for fundraising we could use. Tara has a couple of volunteers for the thrift shop. There's always different things and if you have a specialty that you have that maybe you want to come and talk to us about, we're very open for that. We could use anything, even construction around the building, anything. Obviously we need some work there.
So Tara, what's in the thrift shop?
So
give us a quick walkthrough.
So many things. So we have what's called a lifestyle section, which will have like dive gear and swimwear and travel, because I know a lot of people are now getting a chance to travel overseas. We also have like a home department. So you'll find cutlery, any drinkware, coffee, you'll find appliances. And then when you go over to our clothing section, you'll find clothing for men, for women, for children. You'll find shoes as well. And we're in the process of repricing a lot of items because we know that the cost of living in Cayman is high. We have to balance giving the thrift experience, which is about going into the store and going on that treasure hunt to find that amazing pair of jeans for $6, which you can find in our store, or a dress shirt for a man for $3. And we balance that with we've got to pay our operating costs, and then we have to be able to use that money for the animals at the shelter. So you'll find a lot of different things. We've just gotten tons of jewelry. I don't know if Susan's able to zoom in on this necklace.
Oh, that is nice.
So this is a thrift shop treasure find.
Wow.
And so if anyone is interested in thrift shopping with us, they can join us Tuesday through Thursday and Saturday. We open at 9 a.m. and we just extended our hours to 4 p.m. So 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday and Saturday. We're there. Shoppers can come. We take cash and we do debit and credit cards as well. So everyone's welcome to come in. thrift find that treasure and enjoy the prices. In fact, on Thursdays, today's Thursday, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, guess what? We have something called Thrifty Thursdays. So on Thursdays, when you come in and you shop and you spend $75, you actually earn $10 of thrift dollars for a future purchase. So we're always trying to find different ways to reward our thrift shoppers.
That's exciting.
It is. It's fun.
I'm thrifty, so
we just did we also do random raffle prize draws. We just did one last night. I called the thrift shopper and she was so excited and she's like, I've never won anything. And she was so happy, and we love making our thrift shoppers happy.
Okay, and apart from the thrift shop raising funds for the society, what other events do you have?
We have the Wagon Walk, which is this Sunday at the Safe Haven.
Walk?
Yeah. So if you have your own pet, you can come. It's $25. You can go to the Humane Society and pay the $25, and you get a T-shirt, lovely yellow, bright yellow, so you'll stand out. So you can do that this Sunday. It's at 7 a.m. from the Safe Haven. So you can bring your own dog, or if you want to come and get one of ours, like we said, we had how many in there? 72 dogs in there. Mm-hmm. So they could always use a break. I think it's 5K, right? So it's 3 miles. Come and get it, pick up a dog first thing in the morning and, come down, or give us a call and find out maybe on Saturday who we have and who you can take down. But it's a great event. Unfortunately, we had our yearly fur ball, which is our big event, which is our big, intake.
That's a great way to showcase the animals.
At the
fur ball? Is that?
It's more of a dinner event, actually.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, but we had to postpone.
But don't you
because
have some of the animals on display? Modeling and stuff.
We've done in the past. We've done dog shows. There's always people in the community coming up with wonderful ideas where we can give exposure to the animals as well. But for the fur ball in particular, I know I've been a volunteer and/or sponsor in the past, and you'll find that because it's at night. It's usually in a hotel. It's usually indoors. And there's a lot of music and there's a lot of chatter. Not all animals are responsive to that type of environment, but usually what you will find is you'll find pictures of the animals, and you'll find tons of people to talk to that have had firsthand experiences of fostering and adopting, and just creating a wonderful memory and helping to raise funds for the animals.
And on that note, we're out of time. I want to say thank you so much to you ladies. Can you give us some contact details before we leave?
Yes, thanks, Anita. You can go on our website, which is the www.CaymanIslandsHumaneSociety.com, or our Facebook page. That's probably, like I said, more updated. 949-1461 is the number, and info at Cayman Islands Humane Society. Did I say that? No, that's the website. But Instagram and Facebook are probably more updated, and those are the best ones to keep track. But just give us a call. But we appreciate being here, and thank you, Anita, for everything today.
Thank you. You got a couple of seconds, 10 seconds to last words.
Spay, neuter,
that's what I was gonna say.
Foster, adopt, come thrift shop, and we hope to see you out at the Wagon Walk. Was it this weekend, right, Julie?
This Sunday morning.
This Sunday, so come foster a dog for the day and help raise some money for us.
Thank you so much, ladies. You've been listening to Julie Cumber, Director of the Cayman Islands Humane Society, and Tora Ebanks, the Thrift Shop Manager. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center, Cayman Medical Supplies, and TCE Paint. And to, of course, all our listeners, our YouTube viewers, our producer, Ms. Susan Watson. Until Tuesday, March 1st, brand new month, when we bring you another Business Buzz. In the meantime, please stay safe. Remember to mask up, keep your hands sanitized or washed, and practice your social distancing. And once again, happy birthday to Silver Fox, celebrating a Pisces birthday today.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And TCE Paint Shop, with 3 locations to better serve your home decor needs. Cox Lumber, Sparky Drive, Cox Lumber, Boddentown, and the original store at 27 Godfrey Nixon Way.
From district to district, moving through the waters to Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Your station, your voice. All things Cayman. One radio, many